Welcome back to the Clock Shop. This is Jim with JR Clocker on eBay. Let's see what happened at the Clock Shop this week. Put my spring clamps on. It's Fix David's Clock Part 2. Anyway, I did the first cleaning just to get all the dirt and everything out of there and take a better look. We're going to be doing some bushings up in this area here. And the springs are, I won't know till I get them all the way out, which we'll know here soon. But I'm probably going to have to put new springs on. Anyway, let me show you how I let down the springs on this one, because I put it in the wash in the ultrasonic. I will have to wind them up first. And I have my spring clamps. On this one, the click is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my let down tool on, and I'm going to take that spring off. Actually, I can do it right now if I'm careful. I just slipped it in front of the click, and then I just start to spin, and then I just let it down. Okay? It will be a little bit easier to see on this one, because on this one, see, and this is why I have to clean it again. Because although it gets a little clean, there's still a lot of dirt right there. Anyway, but it just gets me, it's just the way I do it. Anyway, so I'm going to take, once I get my clamp set up, wait till after you get your clamp set up before you take this click spring off. All right, now let me get that ready. This one looks like it's more wound. And it still needs to be a little bit. Sorry for the bump there. Working at a little bit different. Working at our shipping station actually today. All right. So the clamp's on. Now with that, I will go in. I'm going to try to show you me doing it. I'm going to take the spring out and lay on top. That way, when I spin it, it'll clear the click, and then it'll be set. Now, you can then go ahead and put the spring back in. I sometimes like to do it so I don't forget. I'll do it on this one too. This one's a little bit harder because it's inside. So I may wait unless I get it here. Oh, I got it. All right. Anyway, so this is a Seth Thomas. The Seth Thomas is always kind of backwards. Well, it's a front mount, so I have to turn it around, and I have to put the stands here. Okay, so I have it standing up right now. And next thing is, let's take the nuts off, and okay, let's take these nuts off. Now I have three screws to take off too. I'm just loosening them. I'm not taking this plate off right away. want to take this one off. And this releases. Look at all the dirt. Anyway, this releases the hooks and that here, so I don't want to move them out of the way. Actually, I want to take these off. Okay. Not that difficult. Okay. I will put that aside. Okay, I brought a little cup here. And these are the hammers that I previously took off. I'll start taking that in. This is the little suspension spring holder. One of the machine screws. And I have all 3 machine screws off. There's a little wire holding on the suspension spring. So I'm going to get that off. Don't worry if these break. Just, you know, I have other wire to put on. They, over the years, they can, this one didn't break, but they can. I've experienced them. Sometimes I just break them. It's easier to get them off this way. There we go. All right, so I'll replace that. I just want to put this aside because this is in actually really good condition. And so that's where the little wire goes through. And so we're all done with that. This is a good time to take pictures of the movement so you can reference them later. I'm pretty used to doing these, so I don't really need to have to do that. So we are just about ready. And I leave these on here only because sometimes these bounce out. All right. So this is the easy set Thomas to work on because this comes out. If I just needed to put springs on this, I could just do that right from here. Trying to do this without banging it all around. Anyway, let me back that out. Ooh, this is really dirty inside. I'm really surprised. I'm going to show you. Really kind of discolored. Anyway, this is your spring. Let me show you why I think it's set. Or let me just show you. I'm going to test it here. I'll be right back. Okay, I took the spring off the arbor. And I just want to show you why it's not a good practice just to throw movements in the ultrasonic and not take them apart. Now, I get lit up sometimes because I do put them in the ultrasonic together, but that's only to evaluate the movement. And I just figure as many cleans as you can get, the better you're going to be. But take a look. Look at that. It is like filthy dirty. And as dry as you think you make it, I guarantee you there's a certain amount of water in there. And that will cause rust. And then you will be, I mean, look at this. I can't, how dirty that is. Anyway, so I'm going to sit here, take it apart, and we're going to go through this. I'm going to put it in the ultrasonic for the second time, and we'll see how it comes out. Let me give you one little tip. When you're taking the clock movement apart, and continue why you need more than just a single cleaner. Okay, let me just give you one more little clock tip here. As you're taking it apart, you'll get to the count wheel, and do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. There's nothing wrong with doing this. Before you take the count wheel off, go in and mark it with an S while it's still in the movement, okay? There's my little S there, okay? The reason being is it's really hard to tell once it's off there, especially for beginners, to know, look at that dirt, to know, that over there, take that out, which way it's supposed to go. The little S, that tells you, okay? And this thing strikes, I don't know, I never took notice of which way it turns the strikes. I guess you could sit here and figure it out because it turns this way, but just easier. Put the little S there, and you'll be fine. Let's take the rest of this apart, and then we'll get ready to put it in the cleaner. Now, the older Seth Thomas 89s had hand-cut nuts. These are machined, so they're just put out there. That's easy. Get our little verge out of the way here. A lot of people have a problem with putting these back together because they're upside down and what they normally are, so the levers are harder to get back in. But take a picture, you know, if you have an issue. Do yourself a favor too. When you're taking the springs off, all right, show a little care so you don't shorten them up. You don't want them any shorter than they need to be. So just take a little care, and they'll come out, and then you'll have a decent way to put them back together, put them back on the hook, because you need them to be on the hook. And so next we clean it again, and then we're going to put the movement back together. We're going to, just the top half, we're going to look for the bushings we need to do. We're going to mark, and then we'll start doing bushings. All right. Somebody wanted me to show them how I do things in the wash net. By the way, I will be washing a new spring. I will be cleaning that in the cleaner. Okay, let me show you my baskets here. I have these smaller baskets. I have my big main basket. And I have a little parts basket. A little parts basket, I'm going to get all these little parts in here. And I'm going to put them in there. Some people don't clean their little parts. I do not clean these because they have the cork in them. So I'll put that aside. Not really, this isn't dirty, so I'm not going to put anything in there that I don't need to put in there. Okay. So I like to put my levers and that in a basket. I put my wheels, or half my wheels, in a basket. I need to open this up, so I'll do that in a second. I put the plates back in here. So we'll take any levers out. Okay. That's that really dirty one. Okay. All right. So this one, again, I'll take these off. There's another little nut. Let me not lose that. Okay. And then carefully take this spring off. Okay. Put that in there. Put the, if you don't have a set of these, you really should. Their assembly stand. All right, so then I put that in there. I'll put this bigger wheel in there. I'll put this in there. This is the new spring. I'll put the other new spring in there too. I'm going to take this spring off and I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to show you this. These are the gloves I wear. But I took this out off the arbor with my fingers like this. Now, that's a weak spring. It doesn't look set, but it really is set in there. This is the spring that will be replacing it. And we'll clean this all up. And let's go back. We'll put all this stuff in here. And let's go back to my cleaner. Okay, now we're back here to my cleaner. I use this ultrasonic cleaner. Actually, I got it in an auction. I really like it. The only thing is it does it in centigrade, not in Fahrenheit, which is no problem. I keep mine. Let's see if I can get you a better roll here. Let's see. Okay. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I keep mine at 36 degrees centigrade, which is about 94, somewhere around there, degrees Fahrenheit. It does have a heater. I don't know. I got it because I got it in an auction, and it was really cheap. But then I found out that they're actually very inexpensive on Amazon. Anyway, I'm just setting up here. Okay. At the present time, I am using this concentrate. And I really like it. It was just suggested to me from somebody, supplier, and I took the suggestion, and I was very happy with it. The main reason I took the suggestion is that they were out of what I usually use. And that's the L&R clock cleaner. Anyway, so believe it or not, my cleaner, although shows very dark, is actually pretty new. So I just put the basket in there, and then the most important thing is, I don't care about the stainless steel being covered, but all the parts need to be under the liquid. Okay, I will do this because if it touches the cover, it makes it really loud. And I want to go. I set it for 30 minutes. And there you go. See you in 30. Okay. See what we have. Looking pretty good. I have a sink nearby. Put some hot water on. And to answer your question, am I concerned how clean they are? Well, yeah, I'd like them to be cleaner, which they have to be. The springs will be cleaner. I'll put them over there. And okay. But if they're not perfect, they're going to be cleaned. Oh, at least one more time. This movement's going to get clean. See now I find right here I'm going to have to take a wire brush, scrub some of this, and make sure that this is gunk. If it's gunk, it's going to go out. If it's stained, there's, you know, really don't want to mess with it too much. But anyway, let me dry this up. I don't think I need to show you how to dry this stuff, but I'll meet you back at the bench. Let me just show you the first part of drying off. And the second part will be done with a dryer. Okay, we're back here at the shipping / workbench, and I'm going to look over my parts pretty clear here. This one's going to have to be scrubbed a little bit better. Make sure this is centered. Right now I'm just overseeing. Okay. Doesn't look too bad. The cleaner does a nice job. Does a nice job. Okay, so all right. So right now I'm going to separate strike and ooh, this one just got caught perfect. Okay, strike and time side. This is really easy to know the strike side, and you really know that it goes down because it goes, actually moves. You see, there's my little S. So it actually moves right there. Since I'm going to be taking it apart again, I don't really need that piece in right now. Okay, and this is my my counterpart to that. Most of the strike, just to give you a little hint, this is time, strike. They all have something on there. This is of course time, the escapement, and this is strike. So I know pretty much where things go. I'm just going to put them there. And there's no need to, oops, sorry. There's no need to put the fan in right now. That's not what we're going for. I am going to put my hour wheel there. I'll put my hour tube in first. Hour wheel. No, you can't see this too well, but our tube, our wheel, and then right on top goes the the minute hand. I'm gonna put this over. This is not needed right now. Put that over here. And just so we get this here, you know, these pretty much run the little bit bigger ones furthest away from the escapement. Slide that in there. Somebody called us, changed their mind. Anyway, that's your wheels all set up, ready to go. I'm going to put this in here. Now it's easy because I'm not using any of the levers, so this is just inspecting for where I'm definitely going to need bushings. So let me get this a little bit better. Okay. Again, it's a little bit different than you're probably going to be used to unless you do a lot of Seth Thomas. Because Seth Thomas is like upside down. I'm going to put some of this stuff back in here that I don't need right now. And I'm going to take I think I'm just going to speed this up at this point. Stop talking. Get an anchor here. I'm not used to doing this standing up, so I'm having a little fun. Definitely different. But I just think it, you know, it's a new challenge. That's in, that's in, that's in, and the strike side is in. Okay, I don't tighten them all the way up. Okay. I'm not putting much pressure. I just kind of want them to find their place and pop in. You don't want to... Oh, by the way, I did check, and I will do a little polish on the pivots, but really they're in really good shape. I got to remember that this movement, although it's an 89, is not that old. You know, it's not 130 years old. Okay, so what I like to see is nice, clean movement here. And what I don't like to see is not right here. So I'm going to find out why. Oh. And that's usually from not having the wheel right. But it looks like, oh, wait. I think, let me put this back on. I was just being overconfident. But I will show you an easy way to figure out what you've done wrong. Because if I am in fact incorrect about, or I'm correct about the fact that this escapement is on wrong, that when I put this back together, it should run fine. If there's something else, again, I'm trying to do this on camera, which is probably not the smartest thing to do. Okay. And I'm doing a standing up, which is also not the smartest thing. Well, not the most efficient way to do it. But I wanted to try it this way because I think it makes it a little easier for you to see. Okay. Come on. Of course, now I'm trying to rush because I made a mistake. All right. So the fast way to check, see, it's running fine. So in fact, what I had done is I had the escapement on wrong. I had the escapement on upside down, so it was running too close. And these are really close. I just want to make sure I'm not making that same mistake again. And I was. For some reason, I want to see it that I see it the other way. Oh, I had it right. Okay. All right, so let me change your mind. I'll be right back. Okay, wrong number. Anyway, I'm going to put this back on here. Oops. See, one came out. All right, let's get you back in where you belong. There you go. All right, so let's screw this down so we don't have any more issues with pivots popping out. Let me give you an idea of what I'm doing. Running blind here. This nut's too. Oh no, it's not too long. Sorry. It has that holder that goes underneath it. I thought it was too long, but then I realized why it's longer. Okay. All right. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Jimmy. Okay. Now everything's in on this side at least. All right. Oh, that's what I need to do. Tighten up that one. Now we're set. Okay. So this one slides really, really nice. And now I'm doing my assessment with a nice, pretty 90% clean movement. Actually, what I see here is awful, nice and clean. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this one right here. So that's getting a. I see something. Okay, so this wheel normally turns this way. In this direction, like this. So I pull it back. You can tell it does because now it's turning the hour hand, okay? So it's wearing this way. So I'm just going to put a mark. I'll be able to see it when I take it apart because I actually put the bushing in from the other side. But I do want to show you, this is why I'm evaluating here. This one is a little loose, but maybe not quite loose enough. So I'm going to call this one bouncing this way, but I'm not sure whether it's enough. Okay. So that's that side. Looks like this one's going to need one too. It's going the same way. So I just put those little marks here so as a reference. The next time they get cleaned after I put the bushings on, they'll be gone. So I don't leave any. But this side, I'm going to go, this side actually looks pretty good. And it's, this one is wearing this way. So this one, I think I'll throw one in there because it's a little loose. It just keeps it away from the clockmaker. You know, in 10 years it will have to be, so might as well get one now. I don't charge by the bushing, so, all right, so there's my cap. Anyway, that's enough for today. Let me put some of this stuff back in. I really try to keep good tabs on all this stuff. And next time when we're here, we'll start doing the bushings, get them done, and then we'll start learning putting the springs back together and putting this nice, easy. We'll put this back on, and we'll be ready to go. But next, we have to do bushings, and we'll be here for that. This will all be apart again, and we'll be doing bushings. See you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe and give any comments. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.